Hey, everybody, welcome to Remarkable Monday Live. I'm Ashley Tate, and you're watching The Social Life. And today I'm super excited to talk to you about this topic because it's probably one of my favorites, and it is about getting interns for your business. And it is one of the, I think, most underused um, options that we have to get help for our business. And I know a lot of you are in the same position that I've been in many times before as a new founder, and that is trying to get the help you need, but not necessarily being able to pay for that help because you aren't really sure. Um, how long you might need someone or exactly what you want them to do and how you want to get them brought on to your whole process and all of that. And for some of you, you may not even have a process yet as to how you bring on new members and volunteers and things like this. So I really feel like an intern is a good middle ground for bringing on new employees, bringing on new volunteers, bringing on help, figuring out what you're best at and what you need the most help in, what areas. So for today, that's what I want to talk to you about is why an intern is a good option for you and how to actually get one. So let's talk about the why first. The first thing is that when you're starting out and you're going to start hiring people, when you're paying someone, you want them to understand what to do, how to do it as soon as possible because you're paying money for every bit of time that you're spending on this new hire. And what an intern allows you to do is really create the process with an intern while they're also gaining experience. So I tend to use high school interns, which I found to be uh, incredibly useful, incredibly helpful. And because I work with youth, it is also something that has been a huge service to the program at large and their input and how they see things working. So don't underestimate, the fact that you're using a high school student. They have a lot of input, and sometimes it's on your processes, sometimes it's on your programs, sometimes it's in the way that we reach people. And these are millennials and they're looking at the world in a different light than we are, and so they offer a lot of good information, a lot of good feedback. And they are also in a position where they're willing to learn and they want to learn and they want to understand what it's like to run a business or be an entrepreneur. And you're showing them, because you are doing this every day, and you're showing them that it's also not glamorous and it's not easy. And they get to see that from a kind of behind the scenes perspective. Now, I know a lot of you will say, I really want an intern, and that sounds great, but I just don't have the time to add anyone in. And what I say to that is, when you're adding someone in, you should be adding someone in on a job that you somewhat know how to do, like you have some experience doing it, but that also you're giving a little bit of loosening of the reins to them so that they can also explore that position and make it into something of their own. So sometimes we're doing things that we don't trust someone else to do, and that's okay. You don't have to have the intern do something that you're not fully trusting of giving. You're not fully trusting of yourself to really delegate yet. Maybe it's something that you're still learning. So keep that for yourself. But you want to look at areas where you might have some weaknesses. Say it's social media, or it's writing, or making phone calls, or something that maybe you're not the best at, or maybe you're okay at it, but you need a little extra help, say in event planning or coordinating an event that's coming up in the future, and there are tasks that need to be done along the way. Now, you may think that no one wants to sign up to be an intern to do this, but you could not be further from reality on this. These kids want to learn all the different aspects, and if you do it right, you will find that you will gravitate towards people who and attract kids who want to learn these specific tasks. So you just have to be very upfront. When you go to find your intern, you need to know, okay, am I looking for an admin person? Am I looking for someone to help me with marketing? Am I looking for someone with social media skills? Are you looking for someone who already has these skills and you don't want to teach them? You want them to already have some level of skill. And you have to treat it as if you are doing a job interview, but also keep your expectations realistic. These kids are going to high school. They may not have as much time as you would like. They may not have transportation. So you may have to meet them somewhere at the school, or I would always meet my interns at Starbucks. You may have to work with more juniors and seniors. And you may only have them for a couple of hours a week or a few hours a week, depending on how often you guys meet. So just to give you a little bit of background, I had my interns, I've had many different types of interns, and I love them all. I think they were amazing and super helpful, not only for the program, but also for the success of the organization and learning and all of those things. So realize it's more of like an on-the-job training, not necessarily a you have to teach everything, the entire time. And if you let them know this and you let them know, like, hey, look, I'm starting a new business, I'm learning how to do social media, here's what I'd like you to do, or I'm creating my first event, here's what I'd like you to do. You do have to be very clear in your communication as to what you need from the student and how you'd like to go about it. So if you want to have check-ins every week as to progress and how things are working, that works. I ran a very loose internship where I had a lot of different things to fill, and I wanted to find areas that worked best for the individual. So if they were good at writing, I knew I could find a place for them, maybe blogging or doing interviews and writing those up. If they loved planning, then I could get them on the event planning side. If they like social media, I could put them there. So I always tried to marry up whatever it is that I could use in my program with the type of intern that I got. But you can also go the other route where you know exactly what you need and what you're looking for, the types of skills you're looking for, and you go to the schools and you speak to the career center and you ask them for interns or how you can find interns. And they will sometimes, I know at the schools that I worked with, they will put it in the bulletin, and kids will come and they'll say they're interested in doing this, and then you interview at the school, generally with the counselor present or within earshot, and work with them. And then oftentimes I would meet their parents. They would know who I was, where I'm meeting them, all of that, just to be sure that everything is on the up and up, and always generally in a public place. And then in return for their time, generally specified to be a semester or 2 semesters. And if you work during the summer, you need to be very clear on what you are offering to them. But in return to them, for their time, I would always give a recommendation letter. Now, some people think like, oh my gosh, a recommendation letter, that's not really a big deal. But when a lot of these kids are trying to go to college, a recommendation letter is huge because it says something about your character, and it's not a parent and it's not a teacher. This is someone in a working relationship to give them that experience and those, that recommendation that they really need. And so do not discount the recommendation. That is huge. Every one of my students has asked me to go into like their student portal or to write one up, and they've put it through to college. So that they could get this recommendation letter, for their application, their college applications, and it helps. So don't discount what you're giving them as well. Just make sure that you are keeping in mind that they are high school students, they are still learning, they may need a little bit more time. And one of the best things I would recommend is at the very start of my internship, I had something that I was doing on the back end of my website. And I wanted every student to be able to go into the back end and do this. So we wrote up a form that actually showed every piece of the process, and then they were able to. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, every piece of the process, and they were able to then go through and read through each piece of it, so that they could upload kids to the back end of the website without me having to repeat myself each time. that in and of itself does take time. So if you have a process that you want someone to be able to repeat, you make that process repeatable by actually writing out each step and then printing it out or having a place for them to find it, and then allowing them to go ahead and use that piece. So anyway, there's a lot going on in my background right now, so I'm sorry, you guys, I got a little distracted. But basically, you want to make sure that you have processes in place and that you are ready to write a recommendation letter for them. And especially in cases where you are a nonprofit or an entrepreneur, that you can offer some real grassroots experiences for these kids to see. I think it really does give them also some confidence in the ability to go out and start their own business if they wanted to, or to really see kind of the nitty gritty, not so glamorous side of it outside of social media, and what it really looks like to start and run a business, and the amount of time it takes, and the coordination and the organization, all of those things that go into starting a business. So think about it, as Maya Angelou says, as being a rainbow in the clouds, because a lot of times, kids have these ideas and thoughts, but then they're unaware of the realistic expectations or the realistic sides of building a business or starting a nonprofit. And I think this back end of being able to be a part of your business really does show that. And also, you're doing yourself and your community a service, right? And also with these kids, because you are pouring back into your community and allowing them the opportunity to be a part of your business. So if you're ready to get started with an intern, or you think that you want to get started, feel free to message me and ask me any questions related to this, or you can leave it below this video and I will answer them. But the most important thing is to really connect with your local high school. I would start with your career center and let them know that you have a business that you would like to get an intern with. And also, I think I might have a video about what it was like to have an intern, and I'm interviewing my intern. But they are really, truly like incredible experiences. And if you can just be patient, I always set out a day for my interns, and that was what I did on that day. And I didn't anticipate doing much else. I would do it after a full work day, like, if I worked from 8 to 2, and then we would meet after school on that same day, and then I would work with them on whatever it is that we were working on that day. I don't think you're going to get much done during that period of time, but once they get the hang of what they're doing after you've trained them a little bit, it's amazing to have that help, and it's amazing to see how what you're doing is actually pouring into someone else and helping them in their career. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I just thought that was a good thing. I know some of you are really struggling with help, finding help, things like that. And I feel like it's a good happy medium between a volunteer and an actual employee, because it really does allow you to train someone and have them for a period of time. But maybe you're not at the point yet where you're ready to pay someone. But maybe you'll pay for their actual, their Starbucks every time they meet with you or something, and that's your treat to them. And then you're going to write this recommendation letter at the end of the time period that you're with them. And it's just a true recommendation letter. It's whatever your experience was with them. And it really does help colleges also see a different side of the student outside of school. So do not discount that period of don't discount your contribution to their college career, because actually it is a huge piece. And also, even if they aren't going to college, and maybe it's just a recommendation letter that they can use for other jobs or anything that they want in their future, it really is a good way to get yourself involved in your community and get something back in return, as well as showing the backside of your business. So anyway, that's all I have today. If you are new to the social life and you'd like to join the tribe so you can get more videos like this, then come join us in the tribe. You can find the link down below, or you can go to ashleytate.com/join the tribe, and you can grab your invitation there. So Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video helps you, and I hope you get out there and you get your intern and allow them to help you unleash your something amazing. Honestly, guys, it is a game changer. It sounds like a lot at first, but it really isn't. And I'm here to help you along the way. So please, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Have a remarkable Monday, guys. Bye.